Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's trading or session. We'll be looking at the 2025-2026 job search landscape here in Kenya. Allow me now to go live also on Instagram. Hopefully, now they can get us and we are good to go. So, I'm really happy and excited that you're there. Take a moment to let me know in the chat, where are you joining us from? What kind of job are you basically looking out for? And if you have any question, feel free to also drop that in the chat, because I'll be coming in and answering all the questions. I'm really excited this Saturday afternoon as I come live here, 3rd of January, looking at the 2025-2026 job landscape. And my hope is that as we go through this training, you will be able to get a lot of insights of what you need to do actually to be able to secure a job this coming year. I can see Dominic already saying there, professional driver come well-trained motor vehicle mechanic. By the way, can you confirm if you can see me, you can hear me, you can see the presentation? I'll be very happy check it. Between 1 and 10. 1, you can't see me, you're struggling to hear me. And 10, the audio is okay, the video, the presentation, you can see it. Let me even put it right there. Let me know. And also, I know we are streaming on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. I think there was an issue on Facebook. Let's see if it goes live. Good stuff. I can see more people also joining us on Instagram. Kelos, Wekesa, Nat, there's Yatich. Let me know in the comments what you can see me, you can hear me, everything is okay, yeah? At least it will be good to get some feedback, and then we'll be able to proceed. Good, thank you very much. Agnes, you are saying we are at a 10. Pauline, you're confirming loud and clear. Someone on LinkedIn, Bright Bay, yes, I can hear you. Awesome. Okay. I think only on Facebook we have not been able to go live. I don't know what is the issue. Anyway, we will sort that out later on. And I can see the questions coming in. Alan, I've seen that. I'll come to, when we are doing Q&A, I'll come to that. So let's get started with today's presentation. And this is what my intention is. In the next, let's say, 45 minutes or so, I'll be sharing with you what are some how you can be able to get a job fast in 2026. And all this is encompassed in some of the job search tips and tricks. Yeah, you might be a very well qualified candidate, but if you don't know how to do it the right way, chances of you getting the job again almost disappear. So I'll be sharing those tips and tricks that you can use. And I mean what I say. I have helped several people to be able to secure jobs. And this is just a WhatsApp message that I got from one of my clients saying, "Good evening, sir. Thank you for the CV. Within 2 days, I have 2 interviews offers. I am very grateful." And needless to say, she went to these interviews and she was able to secure a job. Another one from Stanley Lejo, who said, "You have helped me secure a job in 2 weeks. I have no better words to say. Thanks so much. I knew about you at the right time. I don't regret what I spent for the CV review. Kudos." And that might be you sharing that kind of feedback. For those of you who are probably seeing me for the very first time, let me just take a few minutes to introduce myself. My name is Daniel Mutuku, the founder of Career Point Solutions and Ascend. Over the last 15 years, I have been blessed to gain experience in this space of recruitment and also serving as a career advisor and a career coach. I'm a certified coach with Positive Intelligence. I am a member of the Ascend Career Club, which I'll be inviting you to join the club as we move along. And also other membership. I'm also a member of the League of Young Professionals. Now, let's get into the data and see where are we at when it comes to job search. Now, AI has really transformed how hiring is done worldwide. And from the research, 87% of recruitment is now being done by AI. Companies are using AI driven tools to screen and to hire. And a while back, it used to be called ATS, and it still works. ATS, that is application tracking system. And what the application tracking system does is you send your application, the system on the software is able to scan through all the applications and then rank who are the most probable candidates or most suitable candidates for this position. Now, remember, an organization, let me just give you an example. Yeah. An organization might be having about a job opportunity that they have advertised. We are looking for a finance manager. We are looking for a software developer. We are looking for a teacher. And they end up with 100, 200, up to 500 applications. And it is almost not possible for a human being to go through all application and be able to get the best candidate out of it. So the first phase is by the use of a machine, which basically will scan and rank. These are the top 5 candidates that we think you should be able to consider. Then a human being will now review the applications and then call these people for interviews. So right now, as we speak, the figure is at 87% of the companies that are using AI, to the point where they also do the recruitment. On the flip side, 45% 45% of candidates use AI in their job search. Let me just ask a question in the chat. I don't know if I can put it as a poll. Have you used AI for your application? Let me see. I think I can. Yeah, I can add a poll. So let me end this poll here and see if that will be the same the past year. Have you used AI? Application in 2025. Yes and no. Let me, I guess I misspelled the word application there. But anyway, you get the point. Let's do a quick check-in. Unfortunately, this poll is only available on YouTube. And the question is, have you used AI in your job application in 2025? As you can see, 45% of candidates use AI. Job seekers are using it to prepare their CV, their cover letter, and also to prepare for an interview. Yeah. A quick one here. So far, we are at 50-50. Only 4 people have voted. Check on YouTube. But if you're not on YouTube, maybe you are on Instagram. Let me check on Instagram. You can say either yes or no in the comments, just to check. If you are on LinkedIn, I might not get it, but you can just say a yes or a no. It will be easy for me to get there, yeah? But anyway, let the poll continue. The other thing now you also need to do, AI has really transformed this space of job search, because we have 22% of auto-apply bots. Candidates are using bots to auto-apply for position. So especially people in the tech space, they're able to create a bot that will scan the available jobs. It already has their CV in, and it just applies for them. Now, it might look like a smart way of doing things, but I have come to see, now this is AI and AI chatting, and they end up almost canceling each other. There's very little customization and humanization in the application process. So on the other end, the AI that the recruiters are using to do the recruitment or screen the applications, they kick you out because they just recognize this is AI. So Gustav, I can see, Alan, you're saying you have not used AI for your job application. Lumuye Lumunye, John, you have used it. Diana, you have used it. All those are those who are on LinkedIn. I'm not able to put a poll there, but I can see the poll on YouTube. Currently, we are at 43 and 59. Yeah, so 43 have used, almost getting to this figure, 45%. So the figures don't lie. Now, let's move on and see what else has changed when we are talking about job application. Yeah, the entry level jobs have been slightly squeezed. They have been a decline on the opportunities. AI and automation has eliminated traditional entry level jobs. So you find graduate focused jobs have fallen up to 15% year over year, while application get posted keep on surging. Now, what this is saying is that we have, of course, more and more graduates coming in from the university, but the entry level jobs have really diminished, and the number that people are applying is high and high. Yeah. The result: fewer advertising opening for fresh graduates and significant more competition for the remaining position. So if you're a fresh candidate, you need to know that you are facing a much bigger struggle than anyone who maybe graduated some time back, or someone who has taken some time, or they have gained some experience. But that is not only bad news. We have some good news. Now, this is what has happened also when it comes to the recruitment space. Skills tend to triumph over credentials. I have worked with people who feel that they lack the opportunity to get these jobs because they don't have, quote unquote, a degree. I don't have a degree. I don't have a master's in this space. How will I get a job? I have been doing this job for the last 10, 15 years. I have the experience, but I don't have the papers. Here's some good news. Yeah, I'm just trying to get the research itself. So employers increasingly hire for skills, not just credentials. Now, the global report highlights that the top skills in demand are one, tech and human skills. And we are in that phase where AI has really changed much of the things, and technology tends to be more in demand. If you have some knowledge on AI and big data, you have a big advantage. There is the use of ERPs, that is enterprise resource planning softwares. There are many of them. If you know how to use them, you have an advantage. ERPs and CRM. CRM is it customer relation management system, and different organizations use different CRMs, but you need to have some skills. You see, these are not things that you will go to the university and have a degree in ERPs or have a degree in a CRM system. But you having that skill and being able to demonstrate that you have that skill, you are in a much, much better position. You can see project management, and project management cutting across different industries. There's a way maybe project management is done in the construction space. There's a different way project management is done in tech and software development. Project management in humanitarian jobs, that is the UN, NGOs, and international organizations. Yeah, different ways. Another skill that is top is data analysis. Actually, data analysis tops the list of the skills that you need to have. In this day and age, decisions are driven by data. It's no longer how do you feel, what do you see. For a company to decide their strategic action for the coming year, they will think through the process, what they do, look at the data, what is working, what is not working, and make the decision. So data analysis actually tops the list. Other skills in tech would be AI, big data. I've talked about that. Cloud, security, cybersecurity, and many others. Another interesting thing is that human skills are becoming now very important. And some of the key human skills would be emotional intelligence. And what is emotional intelligence? When you're dealing with people, number one, being aware of your own emotions and know how to manage your own emotions, and being aware of other people's emotions and how do you manage them, as much as they might not know how to do it. Creativity. There's a lot of content right now which is being released by AI. How good is this data content? It lacks sometimes human creativity because it's very predictable from the machines. Adaptability. Things keep on changing day in, day out. How quickly are you able to adapt? Leadership skills are becoming increasingly valuable. You're not just someone who does the job. You're not just a good individual contributor. You're good at your job accounting. You're good at your job in HR. You're good at your job doing your as a teacher, the teaching. You're good at your job. But how do you lead people? How do you lead the organization to meet its mission and objective? So that is the other thing. Proof over degrees. 45% of companies dropped degree requirement by in 2025. And this is good news for those people who feel like the fact that they don't have a degree is the biggest hindrance for them progressing in their career. And it is you having the ability to do the work and being able to prove. I've been talking more about UN jobs, whereby they will just want someone with a high school diploma or equivalent. But then when it comes to the experience, when it comes to the skills that you have, based on the role, is it in project management, is it in finance, is it in human resource and all that. 90% of hiring managers have said that they struggle to find skilled candidates, well-qualified applicants, holding significant leverage if they can showcase their relevant skills through project and portfolios. You see, hiring managers, initially, the assumption is someone with a degree in communication knows stuff to do with communication. Someone with a degree in accounting or in human resource, they know what needs to be done there. However, the hiring managers are really struggling to find candidates who are skilled. They might have the papers that they don't have the skill. So this is an opportunity for you to leverage this by showcasing your relevant skills through projects. What projects have you done? You might have done them, as a side hustle, and having a portfolio. LinkedIn is a very good place to showcase your projects and portfolio. And with this day and age, it is easy. We have more tools that you can use to showcase your skills by creating an online portfolio, especially if yours is more hands-on. You can really demonstrate what you have done and you have projects around that. Yeah. Another thing that has really showed up in the job market now here in Kenya, from the research that we did come 2025, mobile dominance, 93% of Kenyans are on 4G. That is, they have access to the internet, and 30% actually have access to 5G internet. Job search via mobile apps such as WhatsApp groups and platforms like Brighter Monday and Fuzu have highly increased. And you don't now need to go to a cyber to apply. You can be able to have your application, your cover letter, you can have your CV, a well professional CV on your mobile phone, and using this app, be able to apply for a job by a touch of hand. So it makes it easier, but we'll talk about how do you get support around that. Another thing that hopefully you can really see, AI adoption. Kenyan firms are using AI to write job adverts, screen CVs, and automate interviewing. Candidates also are using AI assistants for their CV and interview preparation. I think I'd already mentioned that. There's also a remote revolution, post-COVID, flexible, expandable opportunities in ICT, finance, and services. Companies are saving 30% of their overhead with remote hiring. There's also that opportunity that is coming in with remote hiring. So what do you do coming forward? What are some of the hottest sectors that you need to think about? Yeah, one, NGOs and non-profit. They have grown 19% of job openings currently or in 2025 were from NGOs and non-profits. Yeah, 19% job openings. So, and that is one of the areas that have really specialized to help people transition to NGOs and more specifically the UN. And I'll be talking a little bit more about that later on as we see how then do we help you stand aside. Another area that has grown in demand is finance and banking. Very strong demand for fintech roles. Fintech is this, it's a growing space, and this is just creating technology for finance and banking space, apps, and any other technology. Yeah, it has been a growing space, especially not only having M-Pesa. I think M-Pesa was just like the opening door, but you have seen now more banks moving into mobile banking, more mobile solution, loans through mobile. That is the space of fintech. And you can ask, how can I align? Probably your knowledge in finance, you're not a tech person, but you know finance, banking, or you are in the tech space, then informing yourself, how do the banking space, how does the finance space work? And both sides have something that they can bring on board. Another growing sector is ICT and tech. Silicon Valley, Silicon Savannah growth continues. More apps, more technology. As you can see right now, we have Konza Technopolis. The area is now open. It is growing. We have the university, Open University of Kenya there, and much more opportunities. And not leaving behind sales and marketing, and more specifically, digital marketing emphasis. Yeah, I am a certified digital marketer by Google, and I'll tell you this: most of the things that we do, we actually don't do much of traditional marketing. At Career Point and Ascent, it's digital marketing. You came to know about us online, either on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, or wherever the place is. We communicate a lot on WhatsApp. Probably most likely, you got the link for this live session on WhatsApp, right? We do a lot of digital marketing. So that is a space that is growing, and you can decide, how can I position myself in that area? A bit of more data from the research that we did, we found out that Nairobi leads with 81% of job openings, and these are main areas are healthcare, education, hospitality, logistics, and agribusiness, also showing growing activities. Now, in demand roles, what are the roles that we have seen being advertised over? Accountants and auditors, finance manager, software developers, IT specialists, project managers, sales executive, and healthcare professionals. So if you're in that space, most likely that is something that you know that those are the areas that are growing. Emerging skills in Kenya, where can you invest your time and effort? If you are looking into the future, where should you invest the time and effort? One, I would say digital and IT. This includes computing, cloud computing, AI, and ML, that is model language, large ML. I'll get that, yeah. Machine learning, yes, machine learning. Data analytics, a big one. And I'll tell you this, in future, this year, we are also investing in a course in data analysis, because we have seen data analysis as also a very core skills that is cutting across. If you're in sales, you will need data. If you're in HR, you will need data. If you're in finance, you need data to be able to make decision, and you know how to analyze this data. Yeah, cybersecurity for digital services expansion. Another space that is growing, fintech. Think about a product manager. development for mobile payment and digital banking. There's also agri-tech and renewable, GSI farms, apps, wind and solar engineering for Vision 2030, green target. And also the other space that is also growing is healthcare and education. So we have e-health, systems, edtech. Again, this is the same as fintech, but now in the education space, online learning, qualified teachers, and clinicians. Whoa. Now I want to pause there because before I go to what do you need now to do moving into the future? Yeah. So that is basically what is happening or what has happened. The data, as I told you, we are looking and learning from the data. That is 2025. And we have seen some trends and we have seen what is really happening. Now, based on that, we want to think through, having learned this trend, how do we position ourselves differently come 2026? Is that okay? Let me try and see if we have some questions. I have seen some questions. I'll answer a little bit of them and then I'll go to the way forward and we call it a day. I'm in Kakamega. So Alan, you're saying I'm in Kakamega, Kenya, did a diploma in civil engineering from Masinde Muliro University of Science and Technology. Any advice on what I can do? There are still a lot of job opportunities, as you have seen in engineering and also in technology. So what I will ask you to do, send me your CV. I'll take a look at this and then I can be able to advise. How do you send your CV? This, you can send your email. Please note that that is my email address, daniel@careerpoint.co.ke, or even better still, you can share it with me on WhatsApp. This is my WhatsApp number, +254 732 20 9795. This is my personal number. Please don't call me at night. Call me during the day. Send me your CV anytime, even if it's at night, but I'll take a look at it the next day and then I'll give you feedback. Is that okay? I had seen another question here. Welcome. Philbert, health matters, especially pharmaceuticals. Oh, okay. Health matters. Oh, that is a growing space. Yes, that is a growing space. Sharon, you was talking about IT, software development. Yeah, that is also a growing space. Alan, now we need to think about how do you use jobs. Yes, you're looking for a job. Helen, I know we talked sometime last year, and I think this is the year now we need to take some action and take it to the next level, yeah? And we will, of course, help you get there. Hi, Danny. Hi, how are you? What about security skills? There are still opportunities in security, but now think about how do you align them or mix them with technology. They'll give you a much bigger scope. I wholeheartedly concur with this program. It is exceptional and I'm fully attentive and eager to absorb the information being presented. Thank you very much, Michael. We're about now to look at going forward. What is the step moving forward? Allow me to ask, at times someone with a diploma does a job well than the person with a degree. How then will this person with a diploma prove to the employer whose minimum requirement is a degree? I think I'll answer your question by going back to my presentation here. And this is some good news for you. As you can see what I've said here, 45% of companies, just looking at the data, last year, 45% of companies have dropped degree requirement in 2025. So they are no longer looking at degree as the thing that they need. So what do? If you see the point here, it talks about 90% of hiring managers are struggling to find skilled candidates. And so how do you leverage this? You can be able to showcase relevant skills through project and portfolio. And depending with how you do your work, how can you be able to demonstrate that you can do this job? What projects have you done before? What achievement have you done? What is the benefit that you have brought to your potential employer? Because that is the value that they are looking for. And it is no longer the degree that makes the big difference. It is how you position yourself. Do you have a portfolio? Can you be able to create a portfolio or of your projects and what you have done? Does that make sense? And I'll invite you on how we can be able to do that, Helen, yeah? I can see someone joining us all the way in Cameroon. Karibu sana. Welcome, Henry Tata. What then do we do moving forward? Now, let me get back now here. So these are the opportunities that you have. You need to optimize your CV and your profile. And number one, use AI to tailor your application so that you can be able to beat the ATS. Use relevant keywords, clear formatting, and quantifiable achievement. Now, on this channel on YouTube, I did a video on how you can use AI, free AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, to be able to identify the right keywords in a job application and how to use them in your CV so that you are able to optimize your application for ATS. Use AI. So it is high time that you use AI. Now, however, I'll give a very big disclaimer here. AI will give you generic results. And if you don't know much about prompt engineering, don't just use AI and copy and paste what it gives you. It will give you a head start in terms of what you start with, but then give it the human touch. Edit, change some stuff. Don't just copy and paste what AI is giving you. Watch that video. I wish if you're on somewhere on WhatsApp, if you're on the community, one of the groups, or you can side chat me and say, can you give us that video? Or I'll ask you this. If you're following on YouTube, after this, just go and say how ATS works, or how can I use ChatGPT to get the right keywords. Or let me find that video and put it in the comments. I don't know if that will be of help. In the meantime, let me know if you have any questions. It might be hard because I'm using the same machine and I'm on YouTube. I'll get back to that, yeah? The other thing, what you need to do, build portfolios. Now, create a brag book with sample of your job, case studies, project summaries. This is the new frontier. It is not just about your CV. It is you being able to create a portfolio to showcase your work. Maybe you don't know where to start. At Ascent, we are creating an opportunity for you to create a portfolio that you can share it publicly, and you decide what you put on the portal, and we will be guiding you on the same. Yeah, because that is what will make the difference. Creating portfolios that are showcasing what you are doing, your sample work, case studies, projects, and all that. That is a benefit you'll get as an Ascent member. Another thing, I want you to strengthen your LinkedIn. There's a very big shift on how recruiters now are using LinkedIn. For your information, LinkedIn is the biggest professional networking platform. And most people think it is just like another social media where you go post videos, cards yourself, where you went for holiday over Christmas and stuff. But that is not what LinkedIn is. LinkedIn is a professional networking platform, and you need to have a very strong profile. Number one, creating your profile, a good professional photo, a back banner, a tagline about yourself. Then go ahead and start sharing insights. Post content. I can tell you, only 10% of LinkedIn users post content. The others use it, 90% use it just as a CV, an online CV. And if you don't do much about your maybe what you're posting, you might not get a lot of visibility. Then engage meaningfully in industry groups. If you see someone in your industry has commented or has posted an article or a piece and they are putting their insight, engage with it, like it, comment, put some content that will build up and give you visibility. Let me give you some statistics about that. Now, the latest on LinkedIn, you can be able to refresh your LinkedIn profile to reflect your latest achievements and skills. Regularly, you are expected to share industry insights, articles, or project highlights to stay visible. So these ones will help you to stay visible. LinkedIn engagement is crucial as many hiring managers scout candidates online. Ensure that your profile photo is professional and that your network by commenting meaningfully in relevant groups. There is a lot that you can get. LinkedIn is the only opportunity where a job can look for you while you are asleep, while others are busy looking for jobs. I've had testimonies of people that I've helped who ended up getting a job from LinkedIn. First, I don't know how many of you have had that experience where every time you log in, you're seeing so many people have been viewing your profile. And after they view your profile, they go mum. Probably these are other colleagues in your space. It might be headhunters, it might be recruiters. But when they go to your profile and what they see, it no longer entices them or makes them want to continue with the conversation. So be active on LinkedIn, have a good profile, but beyond that, engage meaningfully. Start posting insights, sharing your own opinions, and become a thought leader. That is how you separate yourself from the rest. You become visible. This is your opportunity to be visible beyond just your network. Go to industry groups, comment, put out your own suggestions, opinion, add on to what has been shared, and you will increase your visibility. I can tell you this: if you decide to just comment in 1 or 2 posts per day in industry related articles, insight, and all that, the number of people who are viewing your profile will go up almost 100%. Try that. And finally, when we are talking about positioning your, what do you need to do moving forward? Get certified. There are certain certifications, once you get them, they change forever. They change your insight on how you look for a job. And I will suggest this one. We have a certification, International Project Management for Development certification. So we say that the NGOs and nonprofit space, the job opening increased by 19%. How do you get into that space? Having the right certification. So IPMDC is a good certification. We also have a certification in monitoring, evaluation, learning, and development. No, monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning. MIL certification. That can be a good thing for you. SDG champion. That is Sustainable Development Goals. The UN Sustainable Development Goals. If you become a champion, you get that certification, and it shows you, irrespective of which industry you're in, how can you contribute to 1 or 2 of the SDGs. Remember, the Sustainable Development Goals. This is the UN agenda, and they have clearly said this is what we want to achieve by 2030. And if you're able to align your career with the agenda, then chances of you getting into NGO, humanitarian, UN jobs is very easy. But some people say, I'm an accountant, how do I propel these SDGs? Oh, I am a tech person. There's something for each one of you. So that certification is out there. And so many other certification, relevant certification in your space that you need to look out for. Is that okay? Strategic networking wins jobs. Again, 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networking. And you need to network strategically in this coming year. There is the bit of applying for jobs, and you can see it is highly automated. That means the use of technology and AI and very little human touch. But when you become more strategic in networking and how you can be able to get these jobs, then you set yourself apart. This is the recommendation that I'll give you. One, reconnect early. Contact former colleagues and mentors before applying. Strong reference jumps hires when 90% of employers face talent shortage. I have been in places where the head of an institution, they need a certain employee and say, refer to me someone. I am tired of posting a job application, job advert, and thousands of people apply and none of them meet the criteria. 90% of a strong recommendation, you will get a job. Yeah. Imagine an organization, they say, oh, me, I'm tired of keep on putting jobs for accountants. I receive 101 CVs or application and none of them is qualified. Does any one of you know someone? Say, yeah, I know John, I know Jane, I know Peter. You getting that job goes very high. The other thing is informal interviews. Have you ever considered having informal interviews where you arrange brief chats with professionals in targeted roles? This helps you to build rapport that turns into this contact into advocate for hidden job opportunity. Another way when it comes to networking strategically is leveraging alumni networks. Use shared bonds from university, industry groups, or professional association. Attend some of these tech meetups and conferences in Nairobi. Have you ever considered just attending a conference or a meetup in your industry? There's a website, meetup.com, eventsprite.com, that they post different conferences, workshops, seminars. And I can tell you, every industry, they do have like an annual meeting for a specific association. Yeah. Try to plug in, meet people in your industry, have these conversations. You will be surprised how opportunities would come from these networks. And finally, work with recruiters. As you continue going for higher and higher opportunities for executive roles, cultivating a personal connection with specialized recruiters and search firms through mutual contacts. Yes, get a recruiter, get to know them. We can start that conversation. Even career coaches, they preview to other recruiters and other HRs and hiring managers who will tell you when opportunities are available. That is my call for you today. So as we wrap it up, I'll tell you this. This is the action plan for 2026. Number one, be visible. Maintain active online presence. Best opportunity, find visible candidates. And not just any online presence, professional setup. On LinkedIn, that is a good place for you to be proactively visible, and by creating an online portfolio or projects to showcase your work. Number two, use tech wisely. Leverage AI tools, but keep the human touch. Follow up with real people. AI can help you do more applications within a short period of time, but keep the human touch. Always review and put your personality in there and follow up with real people. That is when you have that real connection, things change. Keep learning. I would want to ask you, don't stop learning. I learned from Robert Kiyosaki a life philosophy, which is called no graduation day. In other words, you never graduate and say, I've finished learning. You can graduate and continue. Commit to learning, to upskilling. Number one, in digital skills and green skills. Nurture some soft skills. They will be life changing. Number four, stay flexible. Consider lateral move, not only going up. You might be here and you might do a lateral move in other sectors. Average hiring takes about 1 to 2 months. So keep multiple job leads active. Don't apply for one job and say, whoa, this is the only job I am applying for. I'll stay in there and see what is going to come up. Keep on applying. My advice is the moment you apply for a job, forget about it. Start thinking about the next one. Until you have so many in your pipeline, by the time you're getting being called for interviews left, right, center, you can't even remember when you applied. But if you're applying for one and waiting, chilling, staring at the computer, waiting to be invited for an interview, it might never happen. And number 5, align with Kenyan. Target digitalization, youth employment programs, and green growth initiatives. The market is dynamic. Adapt, persevere, and position yourself with growth where growth is happening. Don't go where the market is dying. Is that okay? I want to answer your questions, but before to answer your questions, I have an opportunity for you. You have seen where this job market is heading, and I have an opportunity for you. I want to invite you to join the Ascent Career Club. We started the Ascent Career Club, and if you are serious about reaching your career goals this year, I'm inviting you to join the Ascent Career Club. With the Ascent Career Club, number 1, you will be able to get one-on-one coaching sessions with me throughout the year. We will schedule one-on-one coaching sessions. Number 2, you will be able to join in our monthly group coaching sessions. We actually run 2 monthly group coaching sessions. One is based on specific UN job competencies that you need to have. And number 2 is based on a book that we are reading. We have a book club that is helping us to focus and improve our skills. Last month, we were looking at The Best Year Ever by Michael Hyatt and the 12-week year. And we'll be having a coaching session the other week, not next week, on Wednesday. So, and the last Wednesday, we'll have a UN-based UN job competency coaching session. When you are an Ascent member, you will get access to over 20 courses in leadership, management, and soft skills. Remember, one of the takeaways that we are saying from this session is that you must keep learning. And that is why we are providing you with these industry curated courses, online courses that you can access anytime. As an Ascent member, you will also get continuous job application support. Imagine someone helping you in your application. Every time you have a job, we'll do the professional CV for you, a cover letter, and any documentation that is needed. Your work is just to apply. You also become an exclusive member of our Ascent Career Club, where you can again network with others. You have access to this courses material and priority support for the next 12 months once you are in this program. Is that okay? So you might be there and ask, how then do I able to join? These are some of the courses that you will get. We have leadership and management courses, business skills courses, professional development courses, industry certifications, personal growth, job search, interview coaching, and career coaching programs. You get all this there. We also have the course Mastering UN Job Competencies. And once you go through this course, this is what informs our group monthly coaching. And we help you hone these skills. How do you master the competencies of UN jobs? Because the whole UN job application process is a competency-based process. So we have a special offer. If you want to start 2026 with accountability, I want you to join the Ascent Career Club for only $4,999. This offer had already expired come 31st, but I want to open it up today for anyone who is here live with us and you want to join the program. I have the till number. Go to Lipa na M-Pesa, buy goods and services. The till number is 715732. Make that payment and I'll be here waiting to support you, right? The amount is only 4,999. If you have any question, let me see that in the comments. And by the way, this is real life. This is what has happened to people who have joined the program. This is an email I got from Lucy saying, I cannot be grateful enough for the Badass Pro training that came with a professionally made CV, sample cover letters. In a span of 2 months, I have managed to get 4 interviews from very reputable NGOs and One Fund Acres, among others. With my new CV and cover letter samples that I customized to suit various jobs, I am now confident to apply for jobs in the UN agencies. And honestly, I am hopeful and confident that that is my next employer. For quite a long time, I hadn't been receiving interview invitation. It is no longer the case. Thanks a lot, and God bless you for the good work you are always being ready to help. Kind regards, Lucy. Another testimonial from Naomi saying, I am so glad about our paths crossing. This was a truly fortunate event that I needed to secure a long awaited opportunity. Your coaching was practical and personal. You worked with me through the entire process of interviews, and I am glad that I keenly listened to you because I am now reporting to a global role as of March 31st. Thank you, Daniel, and I hope you enable many more professionals to realize their goals that may be seemingly insurmountable. Asante sana and be abundantly blessed. Kind regards, Naomi. I think it's your opportunity to experience this. Join the UN, the Ascent Career Club, and start 2023 with accountability. You need more information? You can just WhatsApp me and I'll get right in touch with you. So let me see if we have any questions. I have applied for UN jobs in finance and accounting so many times, but I have never received feedback. What would be the reason of this outcome? In general, I don't know the details, but the reason why you don't get feedback is because when the first thing, your application is being assessed by a system, ATS, and from that ATS, they do not see how your application matches the job description or what they are looking for. So you need to know how do you beat the ATS, the first step, which is evaluation, which is done by a machine. Join the UN, the accountability for 2025. And if you're able to pay Bright, I'll add you to our UN job application process. There's the UN career coaching program. You can be able to join. It's more expensive than this, but I'll coach you. You will be able to get this coaching. Is that okay? How do we pay from abroad? How do you pay from abroad? You can pay through PayPal. Let me put that link then. You can pay using a card, Visa. What do you call it? Let me get that link. So if you're abroad, let me know. Just a minute. Join Ascent Club. I'll post the link. And first, where are you following through? Oh, you're in link YouTube. Is the payment for the year? Now, basically, this is a 3-month payment schedule. Membership will go for as little as $10 per month. So if you want to pay the whole year, you pay $11.99 for the whole year. It is $11.19.99 US dollars. But let's do this. Let's side chat. I can give you the details. This is who? So for the whole year, you'll find it is $119. That is as little as $10 per month. But this amount here, this one for this will be 3 months. But side chat me. Here's my WhatsApp number. We can be able to figure that. Oh, not that one. This one. +254 732 20 97 95. Then we can be able to chat now. Any other question? Comment. I'm here to support you all the way. Okay, I don't see any question. So I would want to wrap it up then. But before I wrap it up, I would want to know from you, what would you say has been your great takeaway from today's session? What would you say has been your greatest takeaway from today's session? I like playing some music at this point. Maybe actually even do this CV. As you post your...
Today, I'm going to share with you the updated CV format. And because I really don't want to waste your time, let me give you the sections that you need in your CV and the section that you need to get rid of. So here are the sections that you need in your CV. Your contact details, your personal profile, education background, skills, experience, additional information, and your referees. The sections that are out of date, you no longer need them in your CV. We have your biodata, career objectives, and job responsibilities. And I'll share with you what you need to replace them with. So without further ado, let's get started. The first section of your CV is your contact details. And you need these 4 things in your CV. You need your name, your phone number, your email address, and optional, you can add a link to your LinkedIn profile. The main purpose of having these contact details is to make it very easy for the hiring manager or the person who is doing the recruitment to get in touch with you. And they just need your name, your phone number, and your email address. In this day and age, I'm yet to see anyone who is invited for an interview through their postal address. And something else about your postal address, it might actually bring in some bias, because if you show PO Box Kisumu and this job is needed in Mombasa, someone might think, oh, I really don't want to stress this person to come all the way from Kisumu to our interview in Mombasa. And probably you are right there with them in Mombasa, or you write PO Box Nairobi, and this is a position for a place maybe located in Kajiado. So don't put in the postal address, it might bring in some bias. From your contact details, we go to your personal profile. Now, this is what is replacing your career objectives, because by default, career objectives are focused on you and what you want to gain or what you want to get in future. The thing with career objectives, they are very much focused on you and what you want to achieve in your career. And that is not what the employer is interested in. But your personal profile, this is a short paragraph summarizing your career, your experience, qualifications, skills, and capabilities. It's like the short form of your CV in one paragraph. Below your personal profile, we go to the education section. In the education section, you can list your academic and professional qualifications. What you need to mention here is the year or the period that you're in, what institution, and the kind of qualification you got from there. Start with the most recent, going towards the older qualification. If you have anything beyond maybe your first degree, your master's. You don't need to include anything like your high school, your primary school, and such low level kind of qualification, because they don't have any reflection in terms of your ability to work. Now, you can interchange your education skills to come much later, and I'll talk about that. But in this case, below your education section, then we go and talk about your skills. When you talk about soft skills, these are skills that will cut across any career that you're in. Something like communication skills, leadership skills, irrespective of which career you're in, you might need these skills. Also focus on hard skills, which are the technical skills in your career. An accountant will have different technical skills from an engineer and from someone who is doing sales and marketing. Still, under your skills, if you have evidence to support that you have these skills, this will be very key. And also think about these skills as being the thing that will separate you from the rest. Then the next section that you need is your experience. And when you're talking about your experience, start with the most recent, going to the older ones. Indicate the time when you started and when you ended, or if it is ongoing, the organization that you're working for, and the position that you held in that organization. Rather than just listing the responsibilities that you had, I want you to focus on achievements. Because achievements, again, they are the things that will separate you from the rest. There's a difference between your responsibilities and your achievement. The responsibilities are the things any other person in that position will still be doing. But achievements are very unique to you. You can think about achievements in these three categories. Number one, anything that you did to save time and money for the organization. It might be something you did to make the process more efficient, such that it takes less time or less resources. And the other thing you can think about is anything that you have done that has a lasting impact on the company, the employees, or the customers that you serve. I also want to mention that here at Career Point Solutions, we offer free CV review. So if you're there and already some of the things I've mentioned, you feel like, oh, I think my CV is missing that, or I need to add this or remove this, send us your CV for a free review. Just head over to www.careerpoint.co.ke/CV review. There you get an opportunity to submit your CV for a free review. One of our friendly career coaches will give you a call and get in touch with you to find out what are your career goals and how we can help you achieve them. Remember, this is a free service. Head over to careerpoint.co.ke/CV review. Moving on, the next thing that you need to put on your CV are additional information. Now, this is any and everything that you think will be able to add value to your application and show how you are a well-rounded person. This will include awards that you have been given, workshops and trainings that you have attended, leadership position that you have held in your line of work or even off line of work, any trainings, seminars, conferences that you have attended, if you're a member of any professional organization or association, included there. And also you can put in your hobbies. And finally, you can be able to put in your referees. I know there's usually a debate, should you put the referees or not? I would say this: if you are sending out your CV for a job application, a job that has been advertised, I would say it is important for you to include your referees and make sure you have notified them in advance that you're putting them as your referees. If you are sharing your CV in some of these public places whereby there's no specific job that you are applying, but you want people to know the kind of skills and experience you have, I would ask you not to put in your referees for privacy purposes. If you have noticed, this is a channel that is meant to help people progress in their careers, and we talk all things to do with CV writing, cover letters and such. So I would ask you, please subscribe to this channel. Make sure you press the bell button so that you can get to know each and every time we release a new video. And to help you is that job application. I want you to take a look at this video on how to write the perfect cover letter. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. And also let me know which section did you really learn about that you didn't have in your CV, and what is one of the sections that is outdated that you still have in your CV that you need to kick it out. I'll be happy to know. Until my next video, I'm out.
Okay, so that is much about how you can be able to write a professional CV. I think that has been my time. I want to believe that you've gotten value from this session. I'm looking forward to keeping in touch with you. I have seen a question from Diana that you have gone through many UN job openings. Most entry level will want someone with 5 years of experience. Probably you're not going for the real entry level jobs. The UN jobs are divided into different categories: P1, P2. These are entry level jobs where they need someone from 0 to 2 years of experience. Probably you're going for P3, P4, and I can help you in the job application, the UN job specifically. Just like chat me on WhatsApp and we'll be able to get in touch. The recommended certification, can we talk on WhatsApp? I can be able to know exactly what your line of career is and how I can best support you, and I can even recommend the right certification for you. Is that okay? Awesome, awesome. Here watching from Kiruhura district, West Uganda. Welcome, welcome, Karibu. But we have just finished our session, and I think that has been it. Until next time, boom, I'm out. Bye bye.